We have a great challenge in front of us. We are seeking to draw a line under the division of the past to make sure that we are relevant to the future lives of Australians. There's always a need for Labor to be the party of hope. This is because many Australians rely upon Labor to help fulfil their dreams and aspirations. There are families battling to make ends meet, Australians who rely on penalty rates, working women who rely on affordable childcare, the need for quality education and quality healthcare. There are older Australians who shouldn't work hard their whole working lives and retire poor. There are Australians with disabilities and their carers who have been treated until recent times like second-class citizens in their own country. There are families in the regions and small business people who put their family balance sheet on the line to fulfil a dream or to chase an idea. On all these things, Labor will stand up and make sure that all these people have a voice in the future of this country. From day one today until the next election, this is what the Labor Party that I and my colleagues lead will be focused upon. This leadership balance has given Labor the opportunity to recommit to what we stand for and what is important for Australians in the future. There will always be a job for Labor to speak up for all Australians, to speak up and be the champions of the voiceless and the disempowered. We will not be relentlessly negative as an opposition. We will seek to put forward a positive vision of this country, as well as hold the coalition to account. We will be a Labor Party that is focused on ideas and a view of an Australia writ large, and we will be a brave party tackling the hard issues. But I'm very proud, as part of this renewal, to be standing here with the new leadership team for Labor over the next 3 years. The leadership team, which I stand alongside, represents the strength and the unity of purpose of Labor. I'm very pleased to announce to you all the new Deputy Leader of the Australian Labor Party, Tanya Plibersek. She is a remarkable Australian. Not only is she a respected member of caucus, not only does she have a distinguished record of public service as the member for Sydney, but also most recently as the Minister for Health. But she reflects the Australian story. She's the daughter of Slovenian migrants. Her father helped build the iconic Snowy Hydro scheme along with thousands of others. She is graduated from UTS and indeed has spoken up on many issues and achieved many reforms for people throughout Australia. We also have with us someone who needs no introduction, the Leader of the Senate, Penny Wong, and Deputy Leader of the Senate also, Stephen Conroy. I'd like to ask Tanya to say a few words at this point.
Thanks so much, Bill, and thank you, all of you, for coming out this afternoon. I want to start by thanking Bill for his support for my candidacy for the Deputy's position, and I want to say what a pleasure it will be to serve with Bill and, of course, with Penny and also with Stephen. I want to mention, of course, Anthony Albanese as well. It was a fantastic month of internal Labor Party democracy that we had. Anthony's candidacy was terrific. I think he inspired many branch members and members of the public to renew their interest in the Labor Party, and he certainly has been the most formidable leader of government business that this parliament has ever seen. I also want to briefly mention Chris Bowen, who took on the job of leading the Labor Party while we had this process. Chris just did a fantastic job. Many of us after the election were, of course, disappointed by the loss, sad about the colleagues that we'd lost, and very worried about the reforms that we'd instituted in government and what would happen to those reforms. And Chris really performed exceptionally well during this interim period as an interim leader. I want to say how very conscious I am of the responsibility of becoming deputy, how I will absolutely endeavour to do my very best by my colleagues. I said to them earlier today that I think that we have three important tasks over coming months. Those tasks are, of course, to defend our legacy. I'm proud of what we achieved in government. I'm proud of the social reforms, I'm proud of the strong economy that we led, and I will be reminding people every day of those achievements that I am proud of, and I know my colleagues are too. Our second task, of course, is to continue to explain and make a case for our vision for the future. Labor's values don't change. Our work for a strong economy and a fair society doesn't change. But the way we achieve those goals does change over time, and this period of opposition will be an important one for us to articulate our vision for the future and how that vision can be achieved. Our third task, of course, is to continue to rebuild a united party, a party where we support and encourage one another, where, of course, we have our differences over policy, but we handle those maturely and respectfully. I want to finish by saying something a little personal. Bill mentioned my background. The first time I walked into this new Parliament House was as a political staffer for a backbench senator many, many years ago. And I remember on that day walking up to the front of the building and being so very proud that someone with my background could participate in our Australian democracy. I don't think that there are many countries in the world where someone whose parents came here but nothing with a suitcase each could ever aspire to being a member of Parliament. And let alone taking on this responsibility that my colleagues have entrusted me with. Thank you all.
Well done. What I'm also pleased to advise is that the Shadow Ministry elections have been concluded. We have, amongst the new Shadow Ministry, no less than 6 new ministers: Andrew Lee, Shane Newman, Michelle Rowland, Doug Cameron, David Feeney and Senator Claire Moore. Also, what I think is particularly pleasing is we have 11 women shadow ministers out of our team.